I started my business back in 1984 and I haven't looked back since. It was 2020 when I first came to Mahad doing a gondola ride. I had been working with another accountant. I had ended up paying over $50,000 in taxes. So I came to see Mahad. And again, with his experience, I was able to get back $55,000.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Tax Partners. I'm here today with our amazing client, and she would introduce herself and talk a little bit about her business.
Hi there. Yes, my name is Cheryl Dawn Merritt, or CD for short. It happens to be the acronym for my company name as well, Computer Data Management Inc.
That's what.
So I run my own project management consulting company.
And can I ask how many years you've been running a business?
I started my business back in 1984. Back in the day, this is when computers and technology was just emerging. I had happened to have worked for a software company. When I got pregnant with my first child, I decided I was going to go out on maternity leave, and that was a perfect time for me to try branching out on my own. Because I figured I wasn't going to make any money on maternity leave anyway.
Yes.
So if I start my business and I make a little bit of money, I'd be ahead. So that's what I did, and I haven't looked back since.
Actually, it takes a lot to say, okay, I'm going to try it on my own, especially when you're pregnant, you're having a child. It's not an easy decision, but I guess successful.
Yes, it was stressful and it was a risk, but my husband, we called him the steady Eddie because he had the full-time job. So we still had one income. So that made it, a little bit easier for us to take the risk. And you know what? The other thing is, I always just wanted to do a business where it was just myself. So I haven't grown it. It's just been me all these years.
That's wonderful. May I ask you, how long have you been a client of Tax Partners?
So I'm going to tell you, I think it was 2020 when I first came to Mahad, but I've got to let you know about the 6 degree of separation connection that actually led me to Mahad.
I would love to. I would love.
So my daughter was in Italy, of all places. It was the year 2017. Her fiance proposed to her on a trip in Italy. They're in Venice doing a gondola ride. There's another couple in the boat that happens to be from Toronto. They get to talking. And at the time, my daughter was asked, I don't know how it came up, but they were looking for an accountant. The person in the gondola said, I have a perfect person for you. His name's Mahad. And my daughter says, where is he? She says, Newmarket. She says, you've got to be kidding. I'm from Newmarket. She came back, told me about him. I had a need. And so in 2020, I came to Mahad.
And how would you say that experience has been?
You know what? It's been wonderful. I'll tell you, I started out not bringing him my corporate business, to be honest with you.
Mhm.
I started out first because it was my parents had passed away, so I was the executor of their estate. And I had filed the final return, and there was a problem. And so I came to Mahad for that first in 2020. And then eventually, just based on my experience with him, I eventually brought him my corporation business as well. I think that was in 2022.
It's wonderful. And so you would say that your accountant, your first to go would be Mr. Mahad. Did you have any other experience with another accountant that had
Yes.
provided different services?
Yeah. So Morale is actually the individual here that does my corporate returns and the financials and so forth for me. Yes, after he's finished with it, I do a final review with Mahad, but Morale is really the one doing the work.
And do you have any service that we have provided that bring you a relief, easy?
Listen, I got to tell you, it was the my parents' estate situation. So, the net of it was I had been working with another accountant. I had ended up paying over $50,000 in taxes. And I then, realized that there had to have been a mistake or something. I didn't get the right guidance, let's put it that way.
Okay.
So I came to see Mahad, And again, with his experience and his understanding of how the CRA works, I'm happy to tell you that I was able to get back $55,000.
So you would say that it is worth it sometimes to pay somebody experienced.
Absolutely. I mean, I hear people talk about the cost of working with professionals, whether you're being an accountant or heck, whether you're a project manager like
Yes,
myself.
Yes.
But you get what you pay for. I tried him with the estate work, and then I switched over, and I brought him my my corporation returns and so forth as well. And with the guidance that he provides, I mean, it's worth every penny. It's things that, I mean, I look at it as there, in every profession, you've got your good ones and you got your not so good ones.
Yes.
And in my books, Mahad and his company here is in the good ones.
Would you say that you get advice
Yes.
from Mr. Mahad?
Yeah, sure. There's I'm going to call it the hard stuff, which is getting my taxes done and so forth. But it's the guidance that Mahad also provides. So I can talk to him about a situation, and in that dialogue, he'll give me options. We may kind of brainstorm, if you will, of different ways to solve the problem. And it really comes back down to what is it that I'm trying to do? So is it I'm doing tax planning? Is it generational wealth I'm looking to transfer? Is it just, hey, I'm trying to avoid paying tax? Like whatever the situation is, we have a dialogue. He comes up with options and then we land on the one that is a good fit for myself.
Have you spread the word about tax planning? Would you go to a friend and say, that's where you should go, or I do advise you to go there?
Oh, absolutely.
Would you recommend
Yeah,
it?
wholeheartedly. I recommend him. It's just that he's in Mississauga. No, sorry, he's here in Newmarket, so
A little bit far.
a little bit far. But I understand he's got another office.
We do have a
in the-
second location
yeah,
in Oshawa
in the
City.
East End. Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. But I wholeheartedly recommend him. Absolutely.
And would you say that any advice that came from tax partners have helped you through your process, or have been a good way to a path for you?
Yeah, like recently, I'm actually at the stage in my life where we are slowing down. I don't want to say retired, but I'm slowing down. And so I'm looking at ways to preserve my wealth and or grow my wealth, but with minimal risk, right, at this stage. And so through a dialogue with Mahad, we had talked about potentially buying another investment property. And I was looking at doing it in the US, and this is pre-Trump and all of this, but I was looking to do it in the US. And through advice from Mahad, he steered me in a different direction. And so for that, I am truly grateful because I could definitely see the longer term upside potential based on the guidance that he provided.
Thank you so much for coming here today.
Happy to do it.